It's not by chance that you're reading this. There's a reason you're here. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust the timing of your life and know that you're being led to where you're meant to be. Embarking on a journey of spiritual growth is like setting sail across a vast and mysterious ocean. Along the way, we encounter challenges and obstacles that test our strength, resilience, and commitment to growth. In this exploration, we'll uncover the common barriers that can hinder our spiritual progress and learn how to rise above them. Like any meaningful journey, the path to spiritual awakening is filled with trials, but each one holds the potential to deepen our transformation. Along the spiritual path, we encounter obstacles that test our resolve and push us to our limits. Yet, it is through facing and overcoming these challenges that we come to truly know ourselves and awaken to the fullness of our potential. In this exploration, we'll dive into the various barriers that can hinder our spiritual growth and discover how to navigate them with grace and wisdom. From negative thought patterns and material attachments to the illusions of the ego, each obstacle is not a setback, but a powerful invitation for transformation and awakening. As we journey deeper within, we uncover the light that was always there, waiting to shine. Realms of the soul. May we find the courage to face our fears, the strength to persevere through adversity, and the wisdom to walk this path with an open heart and a willing spirit. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay connected to more enlightening content. Now let's uncover the 5 roadblocks that can hinder your spiritual journey, starting with the first. Negative thinking. Confronting the shadow within. Negative thinking is like a shadow cast from within, clouding our judgment and draining our energy. It often stems from the ego, the ever-present voice of doubt, fear, and self-criticism that seeks to keep us small, limited, and disconnected from our true potential. Whether it shows up as self-doubt, fear of failure, or feelings of unworthiness, negative thinking can quietly undermine our confidence and block our path to growth. To rise above this obstacle, we must first become conscious of these thought patterns, observe them without judgment, and begin to rewrite the internal narrative. Awareness is the first step toward reclaiming our power and stepping into the fullness of who we truly are. As we cultivate this awareness, we gain the power to challenge the validity of those limiting beliefs. We begin to question the stories we've accepted as truth and open ourselves to new, empowering perspectives that reflect the truth of who we really are. We can also cultivate self-compassion, learning to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding even in moments of struggle. By reframing our thoughts and shifting our focus toward the positive aspects of ourselves and our lives, we begin to loosen the grip of negative thinking. In doing so, we open the door to healing, growth, and a deeper connection with our true nature. With compassion as our guide, we step out of the shadows and into the light of our full potentials. Material attachment. Liberating ourselves from the chains of possession. Another significant obstacle on the spiritual path is attachment to material possessions. In a world that glorifies consumerism and equates success with wealth, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that having more will bring us lasting happiness and fulfillment. But as many spiritual traditions remind us, true fulfillment comes from within, from cultivating a deep sense of peace and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. Material attachment stems from the belief that our value is tied to what we own, that the more we have, the more worthy or important we are. This mindset keeps us stuck in a cycle of endless consumption, always chasing the next shiny object to fill an inner void. Yet no matter how much we accumulate, the satisfaction is temporary, often leaving us feeling empty and unfulfilled. To move beyond this obstacle, we must develop a mindset of detachment, recognizing that our worth is not defined by our possessions. This doesn't mean renouncing all worldly goods or living as an ascetic. Rather, it means creating a healthy relationship with the material world, one where we can enjoy what we have without being bound by it. Practices such as gratitude and generosity help us cultivate a sense of abundance and fulfillment that transcends material wealth. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our perspective and discover joy in the simple pleasures of life. Letting go, releasing attachment, frees us from the need to constantly possess, control, or prove ourselves. When we live more lightly on the earth, we create space for a deeper sense of meaning and purpose, one that extends far beyond material possessions. So the third one is transcending the ego and the illusion of separation. At the heart of many spiritual teachings lies the concept of the ego, the inner voice of self-importance and separation. This ego thrives on comparison and competition, always seeking to elevate itself above others. Yet beneath its bravado, the ego is fragile, built on illusion and fear. The ego convinces us that we are isolated individuals, locked in a struggle for scarce resources and validation. This illusion fosters fear, mistrust, and loneliness, cutting us off from authentic connection. To transcend the ego, we must first recognize its influence, how it shapes our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This requires courage and self-awareness, a willingness to look beyond surface identities and explore the deeper truth of who we are. Through practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and self-inquiry, we begin to unravel the illusion of separation. As our awareness expands, we come to see the interconnectedness of all life. In this realization, the ego's grip loosens, and we reconnect with a deeper essence, one rooted in unity, compassion, and wholeness. This realization that we are all connected opens the door to a deeper sense of compassion and empathy. When we recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every living being, our perspective shifts. We no longer seek constant external validation, for we begin to understand that we are whole and complete, just as we are. Fourth one is overcoming obstacles through inner transformation. Navigating the spiritual path involves overcoming inner obstacles, and doing so requires transformation at the deepest level. This journey demands the courage to let go of limiting beliefs and outdated patterns that no longer serve us. It calls us to embrace new ways of thinking, feeling, and being. True transformation often means confronting our shadows, the parts of ourselves we tend to deny or avoid. Yet it is precisely through this inner alchemy that we uncover the true depth, wisdom, and beauty of our souls. Fifth one is illuminating the path within, the power of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of inner growth, the guiding light on our journey inward. It involves being fully present and attentive to our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and understanding how they shape our experience of life. By cultivating self-awareness, we can begin to unravel the deeply rooted patterns that limit us. This opens the path toward a more authentic, liberated way of living. Practices like mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools for developing self-awareness. They anchor us in the present moment and quiet the mental noise that often clouds our vision. With consistent practice, we learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without being swept away by them. We gain insight into the root causes of our suffering and develop the clarity to distinguish between the voice of the ego and the guidance of our higher self. As our self-awareness deepens, we come to see that we are not our thoughts, we are the awareness behind them. In this space of clarity and presence, transformation begins. Thank you for joining us on this journey of awakening. If this message brought you clarity or inspiration, consider sharing it with others. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected as we continue exploring the path of inner wisdom and conscious living.